Started. All right, good day, everybody. Welcome to another wonderful episode here with our weekly chat, recorded live at 5 or released at 5 with you, Tom. We're straight from the heart has teaming up with Inspired by Jimmy L, and we're bringing you guys some knowledge every single week. So I'm hoping that you're taking advantage of it and not being entertained per se, but at least being inspired and applying these things to your life. Today's topic is about anger. So without further ado, oh my gosh, please, by all means, welcome. Utah.
Hello, Janina. I'm sorry I had to do that.
Oh my gosh. Something is wrong with this man. Something is wrong with this man, people. Oh my God.
Welcome to another episode with Straight from the Heart and inspired by Jimmy. Loving the t-shirt, by the way. Thank you so much, everybody, for giving us your time, as your time is the most valuable thing.
Yes.
But a special shout out to Rob Carroll, because Rob Carroll is our number one fan. He always gets value.
Is.
And I love him to bits, and thank you for your support. And again, thank you everybody who tunes in for the support. And I hope you do find value, and I hope you do find that the knowledge is helping you, because there's paths that we've both walked on, and we're coming to you with experience. And let's get this conversation going.
Anger. I don't care what level you're on, spiritual, professional, personal, no matter what level you're on, there's going to be always someone that's after this, testing your patience, or just even yourself testing yourself. Like anger plays a major part in our day-to-day lives and how we allow it to either affect us, whether negatively or positively. And I know we didn't necessarily talk about it, but I was kind of going through that or something similar this week. I was having a situation actually with my husband. And I tell everyone all day long, my husband, he supports me in a different way, and he doesn't necessarily see my vision for Inspired by Jimmy L, and that can cause some conflicts. And typically, I'm able to diffuse the situation. This particular time, this particular week, I did not follow my intuition. And instead of allowing him to kind of deal with his own feelings and emotions, I decided to lash out. And me just starting that little bit of a lash out, because it really wasn't even huge, but me not diffusing the situation right then, right at that exact moment, shit blew up. And it became a big, huge thing. It was emotionally draining for both of us. And then what I later learned and figured out about myself, because this went on for like 5 days, I was pissed at myself for not stopping it when I knew I had the opportunity to do so, which was even more anger being built up within me, being angry at myself. And so I know we personally had to kind of talk through. I had to deal with it myself. I had to forgive myself and kind of just learn from it. How do you deal with anger, Tom?
Okay, before I deal with my anger issues, I want to dissect what you've just said right now.
Okay.
So you said there's always going to be a situation or somebody that's going to make you angry. No, there isn't. It's you that's making yourself fucking angry. I'm sorry to say it.
But you're right.
There isn't anyone. There isn't any situation. It's you.
Yeah.
Bottom line is you, because you ain't got your shit together. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Not just you, but everyone else. How do I deal with my anger? All right, let's rewind back to who I used to be. Jimmy, I used to be the kind of guy who used to get out of my car with road rage and actually physically fighting people. And I've had some major physical fights where it's been fist, it's been all kind of other things when I was in my 20s and even going into my late 20s, it was still there. And it used to consume me like a cancer. Because as I spoke to somebody this week about their anger, I said to them, take a step back. And I said to this person, I used to be the man that used to be angry at the girl at the checkout in Walmart, at the man in the bank, or if I'm standing in line and there's 4 people, I'll be... But who's the one who was getting traumatized? Me.
Yeah.
You know, that person's still going to get on with their stuff. It's their job. They probably see thousands of us on a weekly basis. And the bottom line is, they're laughing at us. We are cartoon characters when we become angry because we haven't got our emotions. We're not in touch with our emotions. So we do stupid things like throw things and smash things and kicking a door, punching a wall because, oh, I'm not a bad person because I don't hit other people, but I hit a wall, I hit a door, but you're harming yourself.
Yeah.
So this anger is an emotion that needs to be let out. It's okay to be angry. It is okay to be angry. It's how you project the anger. It's where you project the anger. You can choose to breathe in and breathe through it and let it flow. You can choose to scream your head, go in your car and scream it out. Cry. I find crying is a lot better.
It is so helpful.
So much better because you're physically letting out those tears, which are those emotions. That's why have a good cry. Have a good cry. Have a good cry. But yet, to our male audience, it might be really hard for a lot of men because growing up, again, big boys don't cry. Big boys shouldn't cry. Wipe your eyes. And me, I promote crying. I promote it all the way because it's one of the things that's really healed me. So the anger issues starts from an early age. What has created the anger? Why are you so angry? So I'm going to use my own story. Okay, I was angry. Now I know why I was angry with life because I didn't have a mum. I didn't have a dad. I always had to look after from the age of 9. I could say I became a man from the age of 9. So I've now been a man for 31 years of my life. So the anger was partly because of that. Not partly, it's definitely because of that. Because I was angry because why has everyone else got parents and I haven't? Why is everyone's life like that? Why isn't my life like that? So I became the angry young man, angry at society. So from that young age, it started building up. It's like a fire. The more fuel you put in the fire, the bigger it's going to get, the bigger it's going to get, the bigger it's going to get. So what we really need to find is the water to douse that fire. And believe me, we've got all the elements within us. We've got the fire, we've got the water, we've got the earth, we've got the air, we've got hydrogen in our eyes.
Yes.
We've got oxygen in our blood.
Yes.
You know, so we have that and it's within us. It's taking the conscious decision and choice to catch your anger. Because when you're angry, you think you're right. The whole world is wrong. Yeah. I have a friend who was an angry vegan when he became a vegan, and he didn't want to speak to anybody. I don't speak to you because I'm angry because you're not a vegan. But it was
gosh.
But it was his shit that he was dealing with, not their stuff. Everybody's got their choice of who they want to be. But again, you go back to his childhood, there was trauma. He was passed from pillar to post. He grew up in the care system in the US. And as you know, I don't live in the US, so you will know more than me. But in the UK, it's terrible as well, the care system. The care system is just for them to get statistics for the prison system. You have to look back. It's a production line. So the care system effectively is churning out young men and young women to go into the prison system to make the prison system have a revenue. Because if you know the US, they call it the US government penitentiary, whatever you guys call the prisons, but effectively it's privately owned.
Yeah.
It's privately funded. So we're diverting off, but we need to know the bigger picture. So we can fall victim to anger because this is what you're going to be, a victim to anger, because it's going to govern your life. It's going to govern your relationship. It's going to govern your work. It's going to govern everything that you do.
I know. I want to say. I know. A lot of these chats that we have here are typically a session for me, and so I definitely want to take this time and say thank you for correcting me on that because you're 100% correct. Anger is not necessarily everywhere. It's how we look at it in that particular moment and how we're defining it within that exact moment. You're 100% correct. And I'm so glad that you said that.
Anger is here.
Yeah.
Anger is not the Walmart checkout girl. When I was in line, it was her first day. She's taking long. She didn't know what she was doing. Or you get that old man who comes in and is, in the UK, we have a system that you prepay for your electricity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have that over in the US.
Not prepay, no.
So what they do, they've got this electronic key that you go to the local shop or to Walmart or whatever, then they put it in and they top it up, and then you come back home and then you put it in the key meter. So effectively you don't have a monthly bill. So people that are struggling, have that kind of thing. And a lot of older people have it. And sometimes when they're finding it hard to get it, or the chip is not working and so on, and you're in a queue, you're in a line, and then you see that happen, is that your fault? No.
Yeah. No.
So rather than focusing on the old man and the new checkout girl, try and focus on something beautiful in your head. Try to focus on whatever that. Go back to a space where you are happy, because you will have that emotional change. Those chemicals in your brain, the wiring in your brain, the neurons in your brain, the synapses, pathways in your brain that are firing together are going to change. They're going to completely change, and they're going to have good vibration and good feeling. And again, we talk about this every week. The bicep
is a
muscle.
And
it's all about training, because it's going to keep coming up, and it still comes up for me. It still comes up. But the beauty about it now is when you catch that trigger, and you realize, you will laugh at it. You will laugh at, oh, this is how I used to be. This is how I was. This is blah, 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 blah. Oh, what's happening? We're losing Jimmy. We've got two versions of Jimmy. Oh, now
I know. Jimmy. Yeah, we're back. Yeah. We're good.
So when you realize and you've caught what's triggered it, then you can work with it. And the person that I was speaking to this week, I said to this person everything that I said to this person about how he is, and he was just like, that's me, that's me, that's me, and that's me. And again, what helped me along my journey was meditation. I would say the number one thing is meditation. And number two is breathing, which is also linked to meditation.
Lose you time.
Oh, we got you back.
Okay, I was like, did we? Okay, last thing I heard is you were talking about the guy. He said, "That's me, that's me."
Okay, so they were saying that's him when I was mentioning all the situation, and this was me talking about myself when I was younger, and because I've walked through that path, I'm able to help this gentleman to deal with, and I've taken it on board, and I'm determined, because I'm emotionally attached with this gentleman as well as a good friend and so on. But for me, the biggest tool for me, like I said, was my meditation and the breathing. Because when we get angry, we don't breathe.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so if you're in the beginning of those stages, and I know every week we speak about it being a muscle, and it is a practice that you have to continue to do. But in the beginning, was it extremely challenging for you to catch those moments?
It was, I wouldn't say it was challenging. What's the word I'm looking for? It was more ignorance, because my body and my mind, myself, was so used to the old system, to the old habits of being angry. So it was easier. Again, Mr. Ego Comfort Zone came in and said, you know what, it's better for you to be angry. That's all you know. That's all you know what to deal with, and make a fool out of yourself and blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't work. But again, you have to continuously work on it, because it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
It didn't happen in a week. It didn't happen in a month. It happened in a matter of years. Yeah. It took years. But what I found now that I'm in control of it, not even in control, that the only thing that will trigger this anger well, it's only close personal people that can trigger it. Because again, it's the emotional attachment that you have with your partner, or with your mom, or with your dad, or with whoever it is. But I'm still working on it, and it still triggers up sometimes with loved ones. But when it's outside, let it be. Let it be, because I'm not letting my flower go in that polluted water, because my flower is always blooming, because I'm beautiful, I'm love, I'm compassion, I'm caring, this is who I am. So why do I want to let that into my vibrational field? Because I'm the one who's effectively choosing. It's not the man in the road, it's not the woman on the road. Again, it's not the cashier, it's not the checkout girl, it's no one. It's me. I choose. This is the beauty about life. We have something called a choice. We choose to do everything that we do. Right now, you made a choice because you said you're shopping with your mum, and I gave you a choice, and I said to Jimmy, we can do this later. And you're like, no, no, no. So that was the choice you made. You could have made the choice of saying, okay, we'll do it later. But we made that choice, and it's happening right now. We stepped into it. We turned up. We are delivering. And it's all about showing up. How are you showing up? Are you showing up with anger? You're going to keep getting anger. Everything around you will be angry. And the other thing that happens if you get angry, don't beat yourself up about it. Realize I got angry. This too shall pass, as you know. And say to the universe, God, whoever it is, whichever is more powerful for you, say, do you know what, universe, God, I know I'm out of alignment and I've had enough. Can you put me back in alignment, please? That shift will happen. But again, it's catching it. It's catching it. It's catching it. It's catching it.
And then again, it's still one day at a time. And
it is.
It is one. And I love the fact that we are on completely different scales of this journey. And like you said, and still having these incidents to happen. And the only thing that's different is how we are allowing it to affect us. And I freaking love that. I love that. Because to me, that gives... I'm going to just speak for me, but it gives me more hope, or more insight, more knowledge, more inspiration to stay along the track, because I know that there's something out there that's better. I know that I'm not alone. I know that this is, quote unquote, almost normal for me to feel this way, and that it's okay to allow these feelings to just kind of let it flow. And what I can control, I need to control when I find it out, when I see it, and when I see that there is an issue. You know, I love that. Like, I love these conversations.
One thing I like to say, this is the thing that I've just caught you on there. Everything that you try to control will always move further away from you.
Okay.
Everything that you try to control will move further away from you. So we go back now. We try to control the anger. The anger will move further away from you.
Mm. Okay, so, but what about controlling our feelings and our thoughts and our actions when that anger is there?
When we can't, because the anger is the overtaking factor. So the anger will be the majority in here, which is going to be extremely difficult. So you need to catch the anger, because it's the anger that will determine the emotions, because the anger is the state of mind you're in. If I'm in the state of mind of Zen, my actions will be different. My emotions will be different. My flow will be different. Okay. So it's the state of mind that you're in. So it's finding out these triggers. So why do I get angry? You need to ask yourself this powerful question. Why does this make me angry? Why does it make me angry? What is it within me that needs healing? Because there is something within me that needs healing. For example, we'll go back to certain things in an argument with your partner. The reason the anger comes up is about your need to be right. I'm right and you're wrong. I'm so right and I need to prove my shit to you and so on. And I know that you're like, cha-ching, he's so right. He's so right. But listen, in a relationship, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about elevating each other. And if If I'm trying to get one up on you, I'm not in a relationship. I'm in a football game. I'm in a basketball game. Who's going to get the next point? Who's going to get the next point? Who's going to win? No one's going to win, because at the end of the day, you're walking that path together. And if you're playing against each other on that path, you're never going to walk that path
together.
You will walk it together, but you'll walk it as enemies, not hand in hand.
Yeah.
And that's why you'll find certain relationship within a few years is over, and that same person will get another relationship. 5 years time, it's the same story. It's the same story. It's the same story. But we'll go back to the anger, is to catch it. Spend time with yourself, evaluate yourself, introspect yourself, and think, whatever age group you're in, I'm going to use my age group. I'm 40 years old. And for the last 40 years, I look back and start analyzing, why did I get angry at that situation? Why did I get angry at that situation? Why did I get angry at that situation? So going back to me, because I was a selfish little so-and-so. Yeah, because it was all about me. It was all about me getting in front of that line. It was all about me being right. It was all about me being past the traffic. It was all, the focus was about me. And that's why I was getting angry. Because I was the orphan child. Everything had to be delivered on a platter for me. And that's where the anger was deriving from. And again, a lot of things, the anger that was coming from me was being generated towards women with me. I used to get really, really annoyed at women, but then that was my mother issues. Because again, my mum committed suicide when I was 1, and I've always, not anymore, but I used to blame her for it. How can you do that? So that my perception of the female wasn't great. But yet my daddy was there till the age of 9, and I had the utmost respect for him. Do you see what I mean? But then later on in life, I've realized that was completely wrong. So again, catch what's making you angry. Why are you angry? Why do we get angry at life? Is there things not going right for you? Change it. Because it could well be that a particular situation, like we said, is continuously showing up in your life. What are you learning from it? If you're not learning, it will keep coming up, and the anger will keep coming. But then also the other aspect is, I'll speak to everybody. I know viewers on here who are watching, drinks, take drugs, whatever it is, whatever you're on, have a look at those substances. They are the ones that are creating the anger as well. Because what happens is, oh, I need a drink, I need a smoke, you're suppressing the anger again, because you're not letting it out. Because I'm angry right now, I need a cigarette.
You're trying to control it.
You're trying to suppress it. Yeah. You're suppressing it. By suppressing it, think of it as a glass, like that. And that glass has got a lot of dirt. Eventually, that dirt from top will eventually go out the bottom, then you will get that layer again. But shake up that glass, all that shit is going to come back up. And when you suppress one situation of anger, second, third, fourth, fifth, the sixth situation that comes, all those 5 will come up on that situation. Is going to make your anger 10 times worse, because you've built up that anger. You have really built it up. And just find a way, just what works for you. I've always spoken to clients and people is to, even if you're going to have to go out to the woods and scream, do it. Ah! It's coming out. Cry. Please don't punch a wall. Please don't kick anything, because you're only going to do damage to yourself and the wall and whatever it is, because it's taken someone a long time to build that wall. It could be someone's pride and joy and so on. And then your moment of anger has destroyed everything. And that one moment of anger could just destroy so many relationships, can destroy so many. Oh dear. Jimmy has left the meeting, so I'll carry on by myself. So yeah, so welcome to the Straight from the Heart show. Oh, he's back. I don't know what's happening to Jimmy. You need to unmute. Your mute button is on. Oh, that's it. So yes, that's just catch the anger, catch the trigger, and work with it.
So, okay, anger. Acknowledge that it's there when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Do not control it. Allow it to flow through. Allow the emotions or you to experience the emotions. And then figure out what the trigger was for that particular anger issue.
And the best thing to do, the number one thing, walk away. Walk away, go and analyze yourself. Because it's not the person. Unless a person is being angry at you, then it's the person. But if it's an innocent person just working and that's triggered you, it's you. I thought we were going to have a conflict on this one, Jimmy. We never do.
No. The only thing, you said you thought that we were. Is that what you said?
I thought you said, yeah, we're going to have a difference.
I really did. I did. Like, I really thought we were going to, but which is why I just summed it up for me. And
I know we'll never have a conflict.
I really assumed, and that's my fault for assuming. But okay. And I'm going to say for me right now, I'm having a better time with people that are around me and the negativity that attempts to penetrate me. I have a better time dealing with and dissipating that than I do with someone that's close to me. And so I'm going to take that personally for me, as this is obviously a new step or a new level for me. And learning how to deal with that and experience that and figure out what the root cause is for the people that are around me that I love. So that's a challenge for me, which is, again, why I went back and summed that up for me. And because I know I'm going to have to go back and watch this again. So, but I'm like, I want to be able to deal with that real time. So I want to, okay, damn, okay.
Just keep practicing. Okay, just keep practicing. Okay.
I know. But see, it's a new thing. It's a new thing for me. Like I said, like the people at work, huh?
Nothing. I'm listening.
Like the people at work, I'm dealing with. The people at work I'm dealing with, and I'm learning how to respond. I'm learning when to walk away. I'm learning what diffuses the situation. Like it's still a day-to-day practice. It's never ever 100% perfect every day, all day. But for them, I expect it. For them, again, I'm learning how to deal with it. I did not expect that attack to happen at home. I did not expect that. And so, again, it's something that I obviously have to work on. It's something that I have to look into and dig deeper into to see exactly what happened and why.
Absolutely.
So that's a challenge. Yeah.
It is a challenge. And once you do it, like I was speaking to somebody this week and he said to me, I suck at basketball. So when he was in the gym, he's been trying to shoot, and it was difficult for him to shoot. But after 2 months, he says to me he can turn away and shoot, and he still gets the ball in. But he was doing it daily, and it's the same with your anger. And what I would also like to add, as I know we're coming up with time now, is when the anger comes, catch it, breathe through it, count to 10 slowly, and it will diffuse it eventually. And again, it's practice. Don't do it once and it didn't work. This doesn't work.
Yeah.
I was like that, Jimmy. The reason I'm bringing this up, because I used to try that and it didn't work, and I just gave up after like once or twice. But just keep going, and then you'll find that automatically when you see these things are arising, you're going to be 1, 2. By the time you're even on 3, the anger will be gone. You'll be focusing on something else. Okay. Or have a tune in your head that makes you laugh. Or something. Like this is another thing that I have in my head. Is have a music or theme tune or something that will make that trigger in your brain to switch back to that positivity or something good. And it's like, for me, I think I've spoken about it before. It was one of my children's toys, that my daughter's toy that she used to play with. And every time that comes in my head, that little jingle comes in, and I'm smiling because I think of the love of my life. It's my baby girl, and everything just changes. Because out of love, anger can't live, can't grow. Love will just...
Now that is a tweetable comment. Out of love, anger cannot grow.
Absolutely.
I like that. I will be tweeting that after this.
Because as we're on there, we need to ask ourselves as well, why did we get angry with our loved ones? Do we truly love them? If we love somebody, why are we inflicting this on them? Do we truly love them, or do we just love ourselves more? Which we should anyway, but loving ourselves more, not in a selfish way. Not in a selfish way. I've always told people it's all about loving yourself. But it's not about being selfish towards another human being. Because in order for us to be happy, we're inflicting pain on someone else. In order for us to be right in an argument, we're inflicting pain, but we're supposed to love this individual. Serious questions should be answered. Powerful questions will give you powerful answers.
You definitely hit us with a lot today, Uttam.
Oh, thank you. I like hitting people.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
We can make a difference.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
You're really breaking up, though. Damn. I think I'm gonna get angry.
Is it?
Because Jimmy is the situation.
I know, right?
Because of Jimmy, I'm angry. I could do this. I could do it right now. But you know what? I would have done this 2 years ago. I would have been getting frustrated. Oh, this is not professional. It keeps freezing. But you know what? Let me laugh at it. Because it is what it is. It's technology. Technology doesn't always work. And human beings doesn't always work. It's the flow that
Not to mention 10 years ago, we didn't even have this capability. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I got you. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. All righty then. Thank you all for listening to another. Let Uttam sign off. Uttam, take it away.
Live well with one another, because if we don't, what's the point?
Yes.
Thank you for your time. It's the most valuable thing that you can give. Live well with one another. That's for Rob. Because if we don't, what's the point? Love you all. Jimmy's completely frozen.
It's freaking awesome. Until next time.
Ciao.
Am I really? Oh my. I'm going to get angry in like 3 seconds.